Hey guys, welcome back. Today we will talk about the deck that I think will dominate Master Duel for the coming months. If the next support comes out for the deck, it might be in the January pack next week, but I guess the latest time that we will get the support will be in the February pack. So let's hop right in and look at the deck that I think will be a domination here in Master Duel. I am talking about the Rescue Ace deck, which has already been released in the game a few packs ago, but still is missing two of the support cards. Obviously, there is more support coming in the future with the Duel Star package, but the thing that differentiates this from the OCG and also the TCG is the fact that we already have a very strong support card for fire decks in the Promethean Princess, Bestower of Flames, that reads to effect monsters, 2+, it's a link 3. You cannot special summon monsters except fire monsters, as long as this is on the field, which is not really a problem for Rescue Ace. You can only use each of the following effects of a Promethean Princess, Bestower of Flames once per turn. During the main phase, you can special summon one fire monster from your graveyard, so already very amazing, because obviously everything is fire in your deck, so this is a free summon. This is kind of like a heater, but I think it's better because you can target your own graveyard. If a monster is a special summon to your opponent field while this card is in your graveyard, so pretty easily achieved if you just give this away into your graveyard. So link off into a higher monster. Except during the damage step, you can target one fire monster you control and one monster your opponent controls to destroy them. And if you do, special summon this card. So you can, for the cost of destroying one of your fire monsters, which you have a lot of, just resummon this card and then obviously use it again on your next turn to once again resummon something with the special summon effect. And then it's once again the grave if you link it away, or maybe battle it away. And then you can use this once again. There's another card that will be quite impactful with this card, which is the Amphibious Swarmship Whale. This will also be a big player together with the Promethean Princess in the upcoming fire meta that we will get in the TCG, we already have in the OCG, and obviously we will also get here in Master Duel. Let's take a look at this card, because this is the card that you can go into after you have summoned your Promethean Princess, which, remember, is a link 3 and will revive one of your fire monsters. This is a link 4 that needs 2+ effect monsters, and it says gains 200 attack for each link monster in the graveyards, which it has already 2/6 attack, not that impactful, but you can only use each of the following effects of Amphibious Swarmship and Whale once per turn. If this card is destroyed, you can target a link 3 or lower monster in either graveyard, special summon it. So this is already able to resummon your Promethean Princess, and if a link 3 or lower monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy one card on the field. So what you can do is you can climb up into your Promethean Princess, revive something, fire that is, and then you can go into your Amphibious Swarmship, Whale, and then you have this one on the field here. And obviously your Promethean Princess is in grave at this time, and then you can use the effect of the Princess. During main phase, you can special summon one, if a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field where this card is in the graveyard, you can target one fire monster you control and one monster your opponent controls to destroy them, so you can then destroy your Whale, which will trigger. If this card is destroyed, you can target one link 3 or lower monster in either graveyard, special summon it, and you can special summon one of your other link monsters, which you can then once again use to climb it. Obviously, when then your Promethean Princess gets destroyed on the field, you have just resummoned her, remember, then you can also use this effect. If a link 3 or lower monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this and then destroy one card on the field, because you can use each effect of the Whale once per turn. So we have already very strong fire support that the OCG and TCG has only gotten like after all the other cards, after the Duel Star engine, and we already have it in the game, which obviously this is also great for decks like Sana and Mangrate, but also for Rescue Ace. As of right now, the deck is unfortunately not at full power, but as I said in the beginning of the video, I think we will get the support maybe even in the January pack, because there are only 2 cards missing, but I guess we will get the news for the last remaining cards maybe coming to the January pack somewhere around the end of the week. So maybe we get something. To be honest, I don't think so. I think we will get the rest of the support cards, the 2 remaining ones that we will talk about in a moment, in the February pack. And I think at this point the deck will definitely take over and dominate this meta here. And this is also because, also the same reason why this was so successful in the OCG. This is also because this deck does not need to special summon a lot, so it can play quite nicely under Maxi. You can go normal summon Rescue Ace Airlifter, which can search you we will look at this in a moment, new spell that we are missing. And the spell basically gets you your Airlifter into the grave. Also the spell goes into the grave. And then you can summon your Hydrant, which searches you your Turbulence. And then the Turbulence can easily be summoned by banishing the Airlifter and the spell card that you have just used. So without a lot of special summons, you are able to go into your main play, which is summon the Turbulence and then set 4 cards from your deck, which will be your Contain, your Extinguish, most likely the emergency that we don't have in the game right now, but we will look at in a moment, and then either the Rescue or the Alert. Most likely the Alert to search the other card that we are still missing in the game. So definitely the deck to dominate this next upcoming meta for a few months, I think. But yeah, let's take a look at the cards that we are still missing and we will get, I guess, in the February pack. Alright, over here in Master Duel Meta, and you can see these are all the Rescue Ace cards that we have currently, and we are missing the Emergency as well as the Preventer, which are very impactful cards. The Emergency says special summon 1 Rescue Ace monster from your deck in defense position, then tribute 1 Rescue Ace monster from your hand or field. Then you can also banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 Rescue Ace trap in your graveyard and set it, which is also quite nice. So what you can do is you go for your Airlifter that can search your Emergency, then you can go Emergency, set or give the Airlifter to the grave, because this is the cost that you have to pay. And then you can, for example, either directly summon your Turbulence to set 4 of your spells and traps, or you can go into your Hydrant that can then search your Turbulence. But this obviously means that you will need to do 1 more special summon. So you can achieve your end board that you want to achieve by only 1 special summon, which is quite amazing. So you would only give 1 card to your opponent if you are on a Maxi, which is insane. And then you also have the Preventer, which is kind of an insane card. You can manage 1 Rescue Ace card from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If you control another Rescue Ace monster quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent control and change it to face down defense position. So this has a quick effect Book of Moon every round that you just control another Rescue Ace monster. And then there is another effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 of your banished Rescue Ace monsters, except a level 8 monster, so you can't use the Turbulence or can't resummon the Turbulence. Oh no, it except a level 8 monster. Oh, I'm wrong. This is a level 9 monster, so you can summon the Turbulence. My bad here, but and then you can special summon the banished monster, which is obviously nice because to summon this, you need to banish a Rescue Ace monster, and then there's already a banished one in the banished pile that you can then get back with your Preventer. And we can also quickly take a look at the OCG, where this is just a snapshot from the OCG metagame report on 28th of October until 5th of November. Obviously, as of right now, a Fire King is definitely the deck that is a bit more dominant, but that's also just because it's a fire deck with all the fire support cards that we have just talked about, the Amber Whale, the Promethean Princess, and also the Diabellstar engine that we will get in the future. But you can see Rescue Ace being on top here in the OCG meta was also one of the topping decks in the TCG, even though in the OCG it was stronger due to the thing that I just talked about concerning Maxi, which obviously we also have in Master Duel. So we do not only have like the Rescue Ace deck here, but we will get the Rescue Ace deck at more full power than even the OCG had at the moment that we just looked at. So I think this will definitely be the strongest deck in the room, especially because there at the moment is a lack of really strong decks. Obviously we have Manadium released, we will get the Gold Pride stuff, the Super Heavy Samurai stuff, which is also a combo deck, so that's a problem for the deck because the Super Heavy Samurai stuff or the Super Heavy Samurai deck will definitely summon a lot, so not a really good deck into Maxi, which is always something that you have to keep in mind when choosing your deck. You have always ask yourself, is this a combo deck? Can I achieve something with this in Master Duel because of the Maxi obviously being 3 off in every one stack. So this is what's to come in the future, in the near future, I would say. So if you want to invest in the Rescue Ace stuff that we already have, I'm not quite sure. We can quickly check if this is still in the shop. I think it is not anymore, but the good thing is that you only need 2 Turbulences and then 3 or maybe even only 2 Hydrants, so it's not that expensive. If it is somewhere, then it should be in here, but I think it's no longer there. And as you can already see, this pack will be in the shop for the next 7 days. So if you want something out of this pack, go and get it, because this will be replaced by the new pack, the January selection pack. But yeah, Rescue is definitely the next big thing here. There are obviously also other decks coming, like the new Unchained support that will boost up the deck's power level, also Infernoble Knights. But I think there is no doubt, at least in my mind, that Rescue Ace, once we get the 2 remaining cards, will be the dominant tier 0, even maybe even tier 0 deck here in Master Duel. I think it will definitely be the best deck. We will have to see whether it's tier 0 dominant, because the play that you can do with your Turbulence by setting 4 cards, which there is like a destruction card, there is basically an imperm card here, and you can also then get your Preventer that we have just looked at, the one that can basically is a Book of Moon, can flip down your opponent's cards. And then you have your field spell, the Rescue Ace HQ, which, if you don't know, you can use all your set spell and traps on your opponent's turn to disrupt your opponent, and then on your next turn you can just use one of your airlifters to grab your HQ, and the HQ can then shuffle back up to 4, or I think it needs to shuffle back 4. Oh yeah, it needs to shuffle back 4, not up to 4. But you can target 4 of your either in the grave or banished Rescue Ace cards and put it back into the deck, which means you can just use all the traps and spells you have set with your Turbulence. And then you can use your field spell to give them back into the deck, activate Turbulence once again, and get them back to the field once again. So this is not even like a Rika deck or a Manadium deck that builds a super strong end board once, and if you break it, then you have broken it, and you can just pass over to your opponent and he has used all the resources. No, this is like resource recursion, where you can basically every turn, if your opponent does not destroy your Rescue HQ, can reset all the traps to disrupt your opponent once again. So really, really strong, and definitely the future of Master Duel, the next big thing here in Master Duel. If you want, you can invest in this deck right now. This is a pretty safe craft if you want to go for the Hydrants and also for the Turbulence. The only thing is that you maybe will not need 3 Hydrants, maybe only 2, especially when the Diabetza engine comes out. But this Diabetza engine coming out, that will be, I guess, something that we will experience in like 5 or 6 months, so nothing to pay attention to as of this moment. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think of the Rescue Ace deck? Have you invested in it when the cards were out in the selection pack, or have you skipped, or will you invest in the future? Are you excited for this, or do you dislike the deck? I personally like the deck. The playstyle is a bit like linear, because you always want to do the same thing with the Turbulence, which is something that can get boring quite fast. So I'm not quite sure whether I'm super hyped for the upcoming Rescue Ace meta, because Rescue Ace against Rescue Ace always doing the same thing with the Turbulence. It's not really that interesting, but we will have to see how it turns out in the end. I really like the artwork of the cards, the fire artwork. It's really nice, and we are definitely entering the year of fire here in Master Duel, as we are also in the TCG. So let me know what you think of the deck. Also, thanks for being here if you are still here at the point. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell. This helps me out a lot, and we will see each other in the next one.